Hello guys, how's everyone doing today? It's the Professional here, and I wanted to show you guys my money strategy on Red Dead Online. This guide will help you make between $150 to $200 per hour. Not only will this guide show you how to make that in 1 hour, but it will also show you how to avoid griefers. A lot of money guides out there show you all these hunting strategies, but no methods on how to stop people from ruining your missions in hunting. I will show you guys how I do it. Now let's get started. First, let me give you guys some tips on how to deal with griefers. Now here's a tip to avoid people killing you if they're pretty close to you, and I actually found this out a few weeks ago and a lot of people still don't know about this. I actually showed a lot of my friends this the other day, but what you do is you fire a warning shot, and by warning shot I don't mean just shoot at the ground or shoot up in the air. You have to do the specific animation. You know the animation where you fire your gun up in the air? In order to trigger this animation, you have to hold down the aim button and then press up on the D-pad and then fire, pull the trigger. When you do this and you're in close proximity to somebody, it will register as a warning shot. Take a look at my friend over there on the horse. He's actually doing it right now. He's going to fire the warning shot, and then it gives a warning to all the players in that area. See, Empire Legend has fired a warning shot. Stay away from them or risk being attacked. Now, this does actually work. I've done this several times. When people get too close to me and I don't know who they are, I fire a warning shot, and most of the time this works. People back off and they run away. A few times people still kept coming at me, so I ended up shooting them. But this way, if people are too close to you, you can fire a warning shot, and it will scare them off. I've had this happen to me a few times. This guy cornered me behind a boulder once, and he got really close to me. I didn't know what he was trying to do, and I did the warning shot, and he backed off and left. I had another guy follow me. I went into a house, I fired the warning shot, and he stopped chasing me. So this does work, not all the time, but sometimes people will back off when they see that. Now another situation is right here. Say that you're trying to go to a butcher. You're trying to get to a town. So right here I'm trying to get to Rhodes, for instance. I'm trying to deliver pelts, and my friend Empire is coming right at me. He's pretending to be a normal player, but this happens all the time when somebody's going in the same direction as you, and then you get into a shootout. If somebody's coming the same direction as you, what you want to do is you want to get off the road, go into the fields, try to get behind some cover. Most of the time people are just passing by. They're just passing by. But if they happen to follow you into the field like this, that's almost definite that they're trying to kill you. If people follow me off into the field like this, I then open fire at that point. The majority of the time when people kill you and they're coming from an opposite direction, it's because it's a gut reaction. It's because they're scared and they think that you're going to shoot them first. So they decide to shoot you first and take no risk. And you know, it's understandable to a certain degree, because if somebody's coming to a town with a lot of pelts that they hunted and they're about to sell to the butcher and they see somebody coming up on them now going down the same path from an opposite direction, they're going to shoot at that person because they don't want to take any risk of all their hard work being gone, all their pelts being gone like that, so they decide to shoot. So this is why it's always important to check if somebody's coming from an opposite direction right at you on the road. If that happens, just get off the road, go off into the fields, try to look for some trees, try to look for some cover, and let that person pass. If they don't pass and they go straight at you, that means that they're coming after you. That's the point when I would open fire. Other than that, I would just let them pass. I've avoided confrontations with a lot of people just by doing this. Now, to start off this money guide, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to Flatneck Station right here on the map, and we're also going to want to find a lobby where Valentine is empty. You don't want any players there because you want to avoid confrontation. There's only one player there, so that's fine. And we're going to want to go up to this pig pen right here. Make sure that the pigs are in there. If they're not in there, most of the time they're here. If they're not here, just find a new lobby until they spawn inside. A good amount of them spawn inside. When you get inside the pig pen, lasso them and then kill them with your knife. This will ensure clean kills. You're not wasting any ammo, and you're not scaring any NPCs nearby. Most of the time, no NPCs will see you. Occasionally, there's maybe that one NPC that will see you. I like to kill them if that happens. Now, this does bring down honor. It does bring down honor a little bit, but this guy is not focusing on honor. This guide is focusing on how we can make money right here. So I like to take out all the pigs first. Whatever you do, do not open up that door to the pig pen because they will all run outside. That's why it's better just to jump over the fence. So once we got them all here, we're going to want to start skinning them. And you're going to want to leave one pristine pig unskinned. I'm going to explain that a little later. So get all these pigs, kill them all here, and then just start skinning them. Put all the pelts on your horse, and then put a pristine pig that's skinned on your horse, and leave that one pristine pig that's unskinned also. Fast forwarding here, we've skinned the majority of the pigs. We've put the pelts on the back of our horse. We've also put a skinned pristine pig carcass on the back, and we've left one pig that's pristine that's unskinned. Now we're going to want to put the last pelt right here on our horse, and what we're going to want to do, we're going to get on our horse now, and we're going to lasso the pristine pig, because that one will give you the most money. And the reason we didn't skin this pig is because if you try to lasso a carcass that's been skinned, it won't let you. So right here, we're able to pull it. And now what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to go to Valentine. But while we go up to Valentine, we're going to want to go to that house right there specifically. We're going to want to make our way there. And we're going to want to watch the map occasionally and watch the roads to make sure that we don't encounter any players along the way while we're doing this. Let me fast forward now getting to that house. And here we've arrived at the house. We can let go of our lasso here. We'll come back for that in a little bit. Now, the reason that we're going to this house is because it's in between Valentine, and this house actually has a lot of jewelry in it. We're going to want to go up to this table right here in between the two doors. There's always going to be jewelry up here. Take that. Get that gold wedding ring. Okay, now we're going to open up this cupboard right here, and we're going to want to get this jewelry. It's going to be right here. There's also gun oil in the bedroom, in the chest, but right now we're just focusing on money. So we got that jewelry. Now what we're going to want to do, we're going to lasso the pristine pig, and we're going to want to head to the butcher in Valentine. So let's get over there. Now we're at the butcher, and we're going to start selling everything. We're going to start selling all the meat and the pelts, and it's all going to combine together, and we're going to get a lot of money from that pig pen. So now we sell everything here together, and we also have 2 carcasses. We've got to remember that. We're going to make some nice money from that. Once we sell all the pelts, what I like to do is I like to get off my horse, and I like to sell the skinned carcass first. And the reason I go for that one is to make sure that the second carcass doesn't accidentally get sold. You're going to want to skin it before you sell it. The reason you want to skin it before you sell it is because you make extra money. It does not decrease the value of the carcass when you skin it. So right now we're taking that pristine pig and we're going to skin it. And we're going to sell this to the butcher and we're going to get even more money back. Once we sell all the smaller things here, we're going to sell the carcass. And we've made around $22 from that. Pretty easy trip right there. Nothing really crazy on the hunting. And also we collected jewelry along the way. Now, once we sell this carcass, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go up here a little bit north of Valentine, and we're going to want to find this area right here. There's a sheep pen here, and this area, similar to the pig pen, there's a lot of sheep usually here. Right here, there's only 1 sheep, but what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a new session. If there's only 1 sheep or there's no sheep here, try to find a new session and put your spawn as free mode, and you'll basically be put in the same location. We respawn in a new lobby, and we find plenty of sheep. Now, very similar to the pig pen, we're going to want to jump the fence right here and start lassoing them and killing them. Do not go through the gate, because if you open the gate, they're all going to run out. And very similar process, just kill them all, skin them. Now, there's also 2 pig pens. There's one in the middle of Valentine and one near the train station Valentine. Do not go to those and try this method there, because there, plenty of witnesses will see you, and then you'll have lawmen come up on you. Here, and at Flatneck Station, lawmen will almost never go after you. This area I have never been spotted in, and Flatneck Station, I very rarely get spotted. So those 2 areas are safe to do this strategy. Now, we're going to do the same process that we did with the pig pen. We're going to kill all these sheep, and we're going to skin them and put it on our horse. But we're going to do one thing differently. The last 2 sheep, the pristine sheep, instead of skinning one and putting it on our horse, we're going to put one on our horse that's unskinned, and then we're going to take the lasso and take another unskinned one and take it to the butcher all together. The reason that we're not skinning one and we're putting it on our horse is because we're going to skin that at the butcher. You can only carry 10 meat from the sheep, so we would be losing money. So now let's go to the butcher and take a look at how much money we're making right here. Made plenty of extra money here. So the pig pen at Flatneck Station and the sheep pen right here north of Valentine. These 2 areas, you can make plenty of money from them. This is the reason why we didn't skin that 1 carcass that we put up on our horse, because you can only carry 10 meat from the sheep, like I said. We get some extra money here. We get $20 in total from skinning all those sheep right there. So nice extra amount of money. So the pig pen and the sheep pen are a good way to make money. Now, what are we going to do now after this? After we've cleared out the sheep pen and the pig pen, some people, you know, they might go looking into other lobbies and might just try to do it again. I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. I like to do a different activity. So what do I like to do? I'm going to go to the fast travel right here in Valentine, and I'm going to go up to Colter. And some people are going to think I'm crazy. Why do you want us to go up on this mountain, they may ask. Why do you want us to go all the way up here? For a number of reasons. The number 1 best reason we're going up to Colter is because this area is griefer free. That's right. This area is griefer free. There's almost no griefers up here. This area is so remote. This is like the least visited part of the map. There's almost no other players up here. That means you don't have to worry about people killing you. You don't have to worry about people ruining your mission or ruining your hunting. Now, when we go up here, we're going to want to talk to this guy called Flacco up here. Now, this guy, he gives you bad honor missions, but I like his missions. They're very simple, and there's nothing really complicated from him. Sometimes he'll give you player assassinations. If he gives you player assassinations, just leave. Make sure you set it to free mode so you spawn right next to his cabin, and just keep finding new lobbies until you see that he's going to give you the mission, paid killing tracking. And this is the most profitable mission that I found so far in the game in comparison to all the other stranger missions. And what makes this mission so good is because Flacco is hiding up here on the mountain, and in this mission he has you murder a bunch of hunters and fur trappers that are coming up on the mountain. He doesn't want any witnesses, he doesn't want to get spotted. And in the mission, what makes it so good is that when you kill the targets and you loot their bodies, you can get unique loot. Because you're killing hunters and fur trappers, they're going to have a lot of different pelts on them. You know, they're going to have raccoon pelts, they're going to have skunk pelts. I've even found snake pelts on these guys. And sometimes in their camp, you can even find a deer carcass. So you're going to want to look for this mission, the paid killing tracking. And while you're doing this mission, while you're running around looking for the targets, waste as much time as you can trying to hunt. Try to find some animals along the way, because the longer that you take on this mission and all the other stranger missions, the more money you get. So while you're up here in the mountain, try to find animals. It's actually pretty easy to find animals up here, very easy to spot deer, and even if you lose them, you don't even need the eagle eye vision because you can just see their footprints in the snow. So while you're doing this mission, while you're killing the targets, make sure to kill a bunch of animals and then wait until the last minute to complete the mission because you'll get a big reward at the end. I mean, just take a look at all the stuff that I'm looting from these guys, all the bodies that I've looted. Look at how many pelts I've gotten from this. I ended up skinning 3 wolves because I got attacked by a pack of wolves, so 3 wolf pelts and hearts. Wolves are pretty common up here to attack you. And then right after that, I started looting the bodies. And you know, one annoying thing about this mission is that because the enemies are oftentimes near the water and you shoot them, their bodies could fall into the water and then they could go downstream and you have to follow them. But oftentimes they get stuck by a rock and then you can loot them. So here I've got a lot of stuff from them, picking up a few cents, but the pelts are what's the best thing about these guys. So right here, let's see what we got from this one. And we got $1.22. Not bad from that one. Let's check some more of the bodies, see what we got on them. Let's see what this body has. Good opossum pelt. So yeah, guys, make sure that you find this mission with Flacco. This is the best one, the paid killing tracking, because you can just loot these guys, and these guys have a ton of pelts on them. If you check their camps, sometimes there's a deer carcass. I've actually found that on the ground as well. Let's see what we got on this other one here. Gun oil, good rabbit pelt, perfect opossum pelt, so 2 pelts on that body there. This body, 8 cents, nothing on this one. Last group of enemies right here, let's kill these guys. Got these guys right here, and these guys are going to fall off this cliff. Okay, we got all of them. Let's see how much Flacco pays us for that now. We got 0.2 gold, but I don't really care about the gold. And there we go, $13.50. $13.50 while we're skinning the pelts, and we're also looting all these bodies. So we're multitasking, making plenty of money there. Gold wedding ring on that one. Let's see what we got on this guy here. Herbivore bait, good badger pelt. Anything on the last guy here? Good rabbit pelt. So yeah, I mean, just do that mission and loot a lot of the guys. Right after that, we're going to want to go to the Adler Ranch right here. It's this building right here in the corner. Mark that area, and while you're going over to that area, try to find some animals to kill. There's plenty of deer and ram up on these mountains. They're very common, very easy to find. I've killed a lot of animals up here on these mountains. As I moved up to the ranch, I got a deer buck right here, and deer bucks, they're the most valued up here. If you find a pristine deer buck, make sure that you get its carcass. I replaced it with my ram carcass. A pristine deer buck carcass will get you $10. And also, make sure to collect their pelts. You stack that up, you can collect plenty of pelts. Moving on here, we got another ram. Get that one. And also, make sure you guys keep an eye on your satchel. Keep an eye on your satchel and your horse cargo, because you can keep track of how much you have, because there's certain amounts of meat that you can carry for all of the animals. Like here, the grizzly mutton, you can only carry 10 of that. You take a look at the ram horns, the venison meat, see 10 for most of them. So just make sure you guys keep an eye on that satchel and you see how much you're hunting. This is just me showing you guys how many animals that I've hunted up on this mountain. So I've been making plenty of money from this mountain. And once that's all done, we finally get to the Adler Ranch. And now, why were we going to the Adler Ranch in the first place? Because there's also jewelry in here. We go in here, and right next to the bed on the table, there's more jewelry. You get that? And we're multitasking, you know? We're hunting, and we're also collecting jewelry, as we were doing in the mission before. We were doing the mission, and we were also hunting at the same time. So, you know, you multitask, and you can make a lot of money in Red Dead Online. Once that's done, we're going to want to go to Lake Isabella, right there marked on the map. Now, this part is optional. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I like to do this here. This area is perfect for fishing. The reason it's perfect for fishing is because you can get pretty close to the deep water because you're standing on the ice. And again, you don't got to worry about anybody coming up here and shooting you. This place is perfect. You can hunt and fish all you want, and you don't got to worry about any griefers killing you. You don't even need to really buy any bait. You can just use the regular bait, you know, the cheese bait, the corn bait, and you can find plenty of rock bass up here. And, you know, I like to leave when I get around 10 fish. That's the point when I like to leave fishing. But this area, so good for fishing, and, you know, you can fish in the deep end, pretty quick to get them out too. I've gotten 3 fish in a minute. So 3 fish in a minute, and you know, most of these fish, they're worth $1, but if you get 3 in a minute, that's around $3. And if you really try, if you really want, you can also get a bigger fish like a muskie up here, but I prefer just getting the buck carcass because those are worth $10, while the muskies generally are worth around $7. And then right after that, when we're done with fishing, we're going to start going down the mountain. As we're going down the mountain, this path right here, there's a lot of elk that also spawn around here. And you can kill them and you can skin them here. Now these pelts, if you already have a carcass, you're going to have to replace the carcass with a pelt. But I like to go for just the meat. I'm just going specifically for the meat. I'm not going for the big pelt. And now we go back to the butcher and we just sell everything. Look at how much stuff I'm selling right here. Just look at all of this stuff. In total together, I got around $50 just from hunting all of this stuff. And, you know, I could have gotten even more. I probably could have gotten up to $70 if I'd stayed up there even longer. But I chose to leave a little earlier. So we got all of that. We're selling all of that. And then after that, we're going to want to go back and check the sheep pen, because chances are when you spent all that time up there hunting on the mountain, the sheep most likely have respawned, and we're selling all of their meat and their pelts and their carcasses here. I didn't want to waste time showing that animation again where I'm lassoing them, but the exact same thing that I did earlier, and we made an extra $20 from that, and in total we've made around $120 for 40 minutes of work. Now what are we going to want to do for the other 20 minutes that we still have left in this hour? What you're going to want to do, and this is what I do, is I go over to this fast travel point, and I like to go to St. Denis now. And the reason that I go to St. Denis is because when you fast travel right there, you're going to be spawned not too far from Angus. Angus is at the mail station in St. Denis, and you know, he often gives you delivery missions. The delivery missions, they're the best for this guide specifically. If he gives you a wagon mission, I would leave the lobby and rejoin until it's a delivery mission. Delivery missions work best here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark this building right here. It's the northwest of St. Denis. That building has a lot of jewelry, and you're going to want to head up there while you're doing this mission, because the longer you take on these missions, the more money you get. So you're going to want to multitask, and if you can hunt as well in the meantime, do that as well. So right here we delivered one mail right there, and every time you deliver mail you get around $1. So we're trying to deliver mail, and we're also going to go out of St. Denis, we're going to go to that building, and we're also going to try to hunt at least one pelt. So we're multitasking. It's the best to multitask. You can make plenty of money. That's a nice thing about Red Dead Online. You can do the missions, and you can also do hunting in the meantime and make money from that. So we delivered mail, and now we're going out of here. We're at the building. This is the building, and when you get into this building right here, you're going to want to go to this wardrobe. When you open up the wardrobe, top shelf, you're going to find jewelry. Get that, and then right after you get that jewelry, go to the middle table near the doors. In the middle table, in the drawer, there's even more jewelry. We open up the drawer right here, we get the jewelry. There it is. So we're stacking up this jewelry. We're going to sell that at the end. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get a pelt here. I got an alligator pelt, and I tried to make it back and make all the deliveries. I didn't make it in time. I made 3 out of 4 deliveries, but that's fine. You still get paid for it, even if you miss a delivery. You would have got the max payout, but whatever. I still got plenty of money. I got around $12 for completing that mission. And then right after that, we're going to want to go to the butcher, and we're going to sell our alligator pelt. You don't have to go for alligator specifically, but there's other animals also in the area. I found the alligator because it's the most common here. Now, once we sold those alligator pelts, we're going to do our final thing for the hour, and that is selling the jewelry. All the jewelry that we've collected, you know, from Vrobel's house. That was the very first house that we went to. We collected it from the Adler Ranch, and also the jewelry that we collected from the bodies up near the mountain, and lastly, the jewelry that we got from the house near St. Denis. We sell all this jewelry, we get an extra $20 from that. Nice, easy amount of money that we got. So the jewelry is worth going for. Just make sure you multitask. You know, you do hunting, you do a mission while you're looking for the jewelry. Don't just specifically look for the jewelry. And now let's go to our calculations, and let me show you guys how much money we made in total. And here we come to our calculations at the end, and I'm rounding this based off of how much we made in this video. From the pig pen, we made around $22 when we visited it at Flat Neck Station. You know, we lassoed them, we killed them. The sheep pen, around $20, and we made 2 trips, so $40. We made our first trip after we visited from Flat Neck Station, and we sold to the butcher. And then we made our second trip after we came off the mountains, and we went to the sheep pen, did the same thing again, another $20. And from Flacco, we made between $20 to $30. We get money from his mission, and we also get money from all the bodies that we loot. If it's the paid killing tracking, all the pelts that we've collected on them as well. So $20 to $30 from Flacco there. And Angus, his mission, it's going to be between $15 to $20 if you wait the maximum amount of time, if you get a good mission. And jewelry, we made around $20. We got it from Vrobel's house at the beginning. Remember that? That's the first house that we visited after Flattening Station. Then we got some jewelry also off of the mountain, looting the bodies. We got some from the Adler Ranch, and we got some from that house near St. Denis. And finally, hunting, around $60. So our total earnings between $150 to $200 per hour. And you know, some parts of the map, you know, if you combine hunting with missions, you could probably go over $200 per hour. So while this strategy might not be the fastest, it's the most efficient. And the reason it's the most efficient is because in this strategy, if you go up on that mountain, you hunt up there, you can avoid griefers. You don't have to worry about somebody coming up behind you, ruining your hunt, and all your pelts disappear, because almost nobody goes up on that mountain. That mountain is just so remote. It's just perfect for hunting. I've been hunting up there for so long, and I've been making so much money so far. I'm up to already $2,000. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this guide. If you did, drop a like. If you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.